Good day to everyone. I am Jake T. Peralta from 2BPEd, and now I will be discuss or report the softball rule number 1 to 4. Rule number 1, definitions. Section 1, altered bat. A bat is altered when the physical structure of legal bat has been changed. Example of the altering a bat are replacing the handle of metal bat with wooden or other type handle, inserting materials inside the bat, applying excessive tape, more than 2 layers to the bat grip, or painting a bat at the top or bottom for other than identification purposes. Sec 2. Appeal play. A live or dead ball appeal is a play or situation on which an umpire cannot make a decision unless requested by a manager, coach, or player of the non-offending team. Section 3. Ball compression. Ball compression is the load force is kilograms pound or load force in kilograms pounds required to compress a softball. 6.5 millimeters or equivalent to 0.25 inches. When measured in according with the ASTM, American Society for Testing in Materials, test method for measuring compression displacement of softballs. Section number 4, ball color, ball core. The coefficient of restitution of softball when measured with the ASTM, American Society for Testing in Materials, test method for measuring the coefficient of restitution of softballs. Section number 5, baseline. A baseline is direct line between bases. Section number 6, base on balls. FP and SP. A base on balls occurs when the 4 pitches are judged by the plate umpire to be balls, including illegal pitches. The batter is awarded first base. This is sometimes referred to as a walk. FP, the ball is alive. SP, the ball is dead. Section number 7. Base spot. A base spot is direct line between a base and a runner position at the time of defensive player is attempting or about to attempt to attack a runner. Section number 8. Batted ball or bat ball. A bat ball is any ball that hits the bat or hits by the bat in lands either in fair or foul territory. No intention to hit the ball is necessary. Section 9. Batter. A batter is an offensive player who enters the batter's box with the intention of aiding his team to score runs. He continues to be a batter until he is either declared out by the umpire or he becomes a batter runner. Section 10. Batter's box. The batter's box is area which is batter is restricted while in position with intention of helping his team to obtain runs. Position with intention helping is to obtain runs. The lines of consider is being within the batter's box. Batter runner. A batter runner is a player who has finished a turn at bat but has not yet been put out to touch first base. Batter runner. Batting order. The batting order is officially listing of offensive players in the order in which members of the team must come to bat. When the lineup card is submitted, it shall also include each player's position. Section 13. Sec 13 or black ball. A black ball is a bat thrown or pitched ball that becomes lodged in the fencing or is touched, stopped, or handled by person not engaged in the game of touches. Any object that is not part of official equipment or playing area, or is touched by defensive players who is in contact with the ground that is not part of the playing area. 14. PF only. A bat is battled ball not swung at but intentionally met with the bat and tapped slowly with the playing field. Section 15. Catch. A catch is legally catch by ball which occurs when fielders catches a battle on thrown ball with his hands or gloves. So, yung catching, alam mo na, yung gloves yung ginagamit. Catcher's box. The catcher's box is the area within which the catcher must remain until FP only. The pitch is released. The line of the consider with the catcher's box. SP only. The pitch ball is bat touches the ground plate or batter or which is the catcher's box. The line are the considered within the catcher's box. The catcher is the considered within the box except when a touching ground outside the catcher box. Section 17, Charge Conference. Chopped ball. The chopped ball is done with the chopping motion of the bat so that the ball bounces high into the air. Coach. Section 20, Crowd hop. Pep only. Dead ball. 21, Dead ball. Touches an object is not part of the special equipment, officially playing area or player. Person not engaged in the game or lodged into the umpire's gear in offensive player's clothing or the umpire has hold dead. Section 22 or 22, Defensive team. The defensive team is the team in the field. 23, Delayed dead ball. A delayed dead ball is a game situation in which the ball remains alive until the conclusion of play, when the entire play is completed. If required, the umpire shall rule a dead ball and enforce the appropriate ruling. Refer to Rule 9, Section 3. So, yun. And designated player, 24. Designated player is starting of offensive player bats in the lineup of the next player listed the 10 or 10th position on the lineup card. Dislodge base. Double play. Double play is a play by defensive in which two offensive players are legally put out as a result of continuous action. 27. The Dutch out. The Dutch out is an area dead ball during designation for players, coaches, bat boys or girls, and official representative of the team only. That shall be no smoking in this area. 28. Ejection from the game. 29. Pair ball. A pair ball is legally bat ball which settled touches over territory between home and first base or between home and the third base. Bounce pass first of the base and over pair territory, regardless of where the ball hits after the going over the base. Touches first, second, or third base, while or pair territory touches the person or clothing of the umpire or player. 30. Fair territory. 31. Fake tag. 32. Fielder. A fielder is any defense players of the team of the field. 33. Fly ball. A fly ball is any ball bat into the air. Fly ball. Yung bola na tinitira papunta sa hangin or sa taas. 34. Flex player. The flex player is the starting player or designated player. DP is batting and host name appears with the 10th or 10th position on the lineup card. 35. Force out. A force out is an out with can be made only when a runner loses the right to the base which is the occupying because the batter becomes a batter runner and before the batter runner or succeeding runner has been put out. Forfeit. A forfeit is act of plate umpire ruling the game is over declaring non-offending team. Foul ball. A foul ball is legally bat with ball which settles on foul territory between home and first base or between home and third base. Bounce pass first or third on over foul territory. First touches on foul territory beyond first or third base, while on over foul territory touches the person, attach or detach equipment or clothing of an umpire or player, an object foreign to the natural ground. 38. Foul territory. Foul territory is an any part of playing field that is not included in a fair territory. Foul tip. A foul tip is a bat ball which A. goes directly from the bat to the catcher's hand, B. goes no higher than the batter's head, and C. is legally catched by the catcher. Section 40. Helmet. A helmet must have a two air flaps or one each side and shall be the type that has safety features equal to or greater than the provided by the full plastic cap with padding on the inside. A liner covering the ears only does not meet the rule specification. Worn by catcher by the skull type without the air flaps. C. Worn by defensive players does not need air flaps. D. The crack broken depended on the shall be declared an illegal helmet and removed from the game. Section 41. Home team. 42. Illegal bat. Illegal bat is the does not meet the requirements of Rule 3, Section 1. The illegal Section 43 illegal extra player SP only. The illegal extra player is one of the violates any of the provision of rules for Section 6. Illegal pitcher. An illegal pitcher is played legally the game but who may not pitch in result of the being removed the pitcher position by the umpire. As a result of the defensive charge conference being said or SP being removed from the pitching position by the umpire as a result of pitching with excessive speed after a warning. Illegal player. An illegal player is a player who takes positions in the lineup either of the offense or defense, who was not reported to the plate umpire. A player who takes a position on offense or defense who does not have a legal right to the position. Illegal re-entry. A starting players returns the game seconds times of twice being substitute. A starting player returns the game after being substitute but not is originally positioned in the offensive lineup. A substitute who has legally been in the game returns to the game after being substitute for either the originally starting player or another substitute. The starting or substitute place is the batting order in position other than his original started position. A flex player who plays batting or order position than that of the starting TP. Illegal substitution. An illegal substitution is a player who has entered the game without being announced to the umpire. He may be a substitute who has not previously been in the game, an illegal player, a declared ineligible player, an illegal re-entry, or an illegal DP or flex player or EP or SP only. Replacement player who remains the game as announced of substitute for a withdraw player who has not returned to the game within the time permitted under the provision of the replacement player rule. Illegally bat ball. A legally bat ball occurs when the batter hits the ball fair or foul, while his interfoot completely of the batter's box and ground when he makes contact with the ball, while any part of the batter foot is touching home plate and the contact with the ball. Section 49. Illegally catch ball. An illegally catch ball occurs when a fielder catches a bat, drawn, or pitch ball with his cap, mask, glove, or any part of his uniform while it is detached from its proper place. Section 50. Ineligible player. An ineligible player is player who may not longer legally participate in the game because the umpire has removed him. An ineligible player may no longer participate participate as a player but may continue in the game as a coach. Section 51, ineligible replacement player. An ineligible replacement player is a player who may not enter the game to replace a player who must leave the game to attend to an injury that has caused bleeding. In ineligible replacement players and one who has been removed from the game by umpire for violations of the rules. B is in the current lineup. C. It's not a current lineup but eligible to re-enter the game. Section 52, in flight. In flight describes any bat, throw or pitch ball does not yet touch the ground or some object or other than fielder. Section 53, in jeopardy. In jeopardy is terms indicating the ball is play and offensive players may be put out. Section 54, infield. The infield is portion of the field fair territory that includes areas normally covered by infielders. Infielder. Section 55. Infielder is defensive player including the pitcher and catcher, who is generally positioned anywhere near or within the lines the base forming of fair territory. Section 56, infield fly. Infield fly is a per play ball, not including line drive or attempted bunt, that can be caught by the infielder with ordinary effort with first and second or first second, third bases are occupied before two are out. 57. Inning. An inning portion of the game within which terms alternate or on offensive in defense, in which there are three outs for each team. A new inning begins immediately after the final out of the previous inning. Section 58. Intentional base on balls. The intentional base on balls occurs when the defensive team's desired place to first base without the requirement of delivery for pitcher's ball. This is referred to as an intentional walk. The ball is dead. Intentionally dropped by fly ball. 60. Interference. Interference is the act of offensive player of impedes hiders of use of defensive players attempting to execute a play. 61. Leaping. Flex player only. Leaping is the act of pitcher that causes him to airborne on occasional move and push from the pitcher's plate. The momentum built by forward movement of the pitchers causes the entire body, including both the pivot and stepping non-pivot foot, to be the air and the same time in the moving towards the home plate. Legal touch. 63. Legally catch ball. A legally catch ball occurs when the fielder catches a bat through pitcher's ball, provided it's not caught by the fielder's cap, helmet, mask, protector, pocket, or other part of his uniform. It not cast in the fielder's cap held in the hands or glove. 64, Section 64, line drive. A line drive is a ball in flight that is bat sharply and directly into the playing field. Playing field. Ano to? Saan ba tayo? Stealing. The strike zone. Strike zone is the place over the part between the batter's armpits. Only part placed between the batter and the hemispheres. 94. Section 94, substitute. Section 95, tagging up. Section 96, team member. Section 97, temporary runner only, fix only. 98, throw. A throw is act of perform the fielder when the throwing the ball another fielder. Time is term used by umpire or order suspension of during the ball is dead. Section 100, trap ball. A trap ball is legally bat by ball on drive grounded for the catch, or a legally bat by fly ball that catch against the fence. Section 101, triple play. A triple play is continuous act by the defense of which defensive players are put out. Section 102, turn at bat. Section number 103, wild pitch. Section 104, wild throw. Section 105, withdraw player. A withdraw player is a player forced leave the game. Line up in accordance with the replacement playing rolling. Rule number 2, the playing field. The playing field, Section 2, ground or special rules. Ground or special rules establishing the limits playing fields by may be agreed by liquids and the Section 3, official diamond shall have baseline and pitching distance as set out in the distance table. Section number 4, diamond layout. A pitcher plays. Rule number 3, equipment. The official bat. Section 1, the official bat. Official bat. Section number 2, warm-up bats. Section number 3, the official softball. Section number 4, gloves and mitts. Section number 5, shoes. Section number 6, protective equipment. Mask or flex player only. All catchers wear mask, throw-out protector, and helmet. Mask SF only. Your catcher must wear a mask with helmet. Masks are recommended in adult slow pitch. Face mask. Any defensive offensive player can wear a pro plastic face mask. Body protector. All catchers are fast pitch adult and youth. Shine guards. Flex player only. Adult youth catchers must be guards defensive will. Helmets. Flex only. Flex player only. Equipment on playing field. Equipment that is not part of the official equipment shall not be left lying on the playing field in either fair or foul territory. Section number 8, uniform. All players of a team shall uniforms alike in color, trim, and style. Reference to the coach's uniform and found under Rule 4, Section 1B. Fans, sliding fans, pans, and sliding pans. D, numbers. E, names. F, cast. Distracting adornments. And Section 9, all equipment. Rule number 4, coaches, players, and substitution. Section number 1, coaches. Head coach is responsible for signing the lineup card. Coaches may be neatly attired, including the wear of sustainable footwear and dress and the team uniform according to the color code of the team. 2 coaches are allowed to give words of assistance and direction to the members of their team while at bat. One shall be stationed near first base and one near third base, and they are required to remain with both feet within the confines of their respective coach box. The defensive team coach manager is eligible member of the team in the field, who may be either a non-playing coach who remains in the dugout or playing coach is a place and field. This coach may give direction and assistance to his team. F. No communication equipment is allowed between the coaches on the field, the coaches in the dugout, and the coaches in the players, the inspector area in the field, including the dugout, coaches, and players. Section number 2, lineup cards and rosters. Section number 3, the players. Section number 4, starting players. Section number 5, designated players, flex players only. Designated players referred to as DP players may be used the batter for defensive player, and it's made known prior to the start of the game. In his name is entered the lineup and sheet of as one of the 9 hitters in the batting order. The starting defensive players may be substitute and may re-entered one time as long as returns to the position of batting order to the occupied when he left the game. The name of defensive players for whom the DP is batting, known as the flex player or flex, with plays the 10th position of the lineup sheet. Section number 6, extra player, SP only. Section number 7, re-entry. Section number 8, substitutes and illegal player. Section number 9, disputed calls. Section number 10, dodge out conduct. The coaches, players, substitutes, or the bench personnel shall not be outside the designated dodge out area except when the rules allowed or when considered justifying by the umpire. Replacement player, section number 11. Section number 12, temporary runner. Section number 13, violations and penalties. A team member shall not make a disparaging or insulting remarks to to or about opposing players, officials, or spectators. A commit or others acts that could be considered unsportsmanlike conduct. The penalty for violations by a team member shall be for a first offense, the offender by warm for a second offense, or if a first offense is considered serious enough by the umpire, the offender is ejected. A team member ejected from the game shall go directly to the dressing room for the remainder of the game, or leave the grounds. Failure of the person so ejected to leave the game immediately will warrant a forfeiture of the game. An officiating umpire may report a team member of offensive conduct, language, or physical abuse any time after game has been called, in which case the reported team member will be appeared before the organization under which the game or tournament is played. So, end of the slide. So, yun lamang po at maraming salamat.